She really kind of latched on to the fact that, David is the beloved king. I was the king and she was the queen. And I was kind of like, well, okay. It's not the first time that's happened. I admit I'm a dog. I was going for the pretty one and not too smart maybe, but I've been alone for so long, looked like it would have been fun.
What's up, Seekers, and welcome back to another episode of Scamfish presented by SocialCatfish.com. On today's episode, we speak to a man named David. David has been in an online relationship with a woman named Dominique. The two met on Facebook dating and hit it off right away. David has dished out over $10,000 trying to meet Dominique in person. He's having doubts after several attempts of picking her up from the airport and Dominique getting two flat tires after being 2 hours away from seeing each other in person. Let's see if we can solve this case and help David find out the truth about Dominique.
My name is David Gibney, and I'm a entrepreneur, patented inventor. I'm a lone wolf astronomer. Kind of kept to myself. The last date I was on was 1987. It's been a long walk through the desert, and I was kind of thinking, well, I'm minding my own business. I'm pretty happy living alone and being single and no headaches and all that. And then, these friend requests started. And I'm like, oh my gosh, who is this? Thanks for the friend request. And we got, texting a little bit. I couldn't believe it. I think the most beautiful woman in the world that I've ever seen. I've been around for a while. She was nice on the eyes. Wow, what a beautiful woman. And I posted a update on Facebook. The most beautiful woman in the universe is in Indianapolis, and she wants to be my friend. Well, this was the thing that made her stand out. She never sent any lewd photographs. Seemed like a good girl. I want real. I don't want pictures on a phone or, some e-girl. No, I want a real person. But we're living in this virtual reality thing now where, I don't know, the world of simps and OnlyFans and things like that. I'm not into that. I think she's 34. It appears as if she worked in fashion retail, expensive clothes, high-end stuff. I would share files with her, things that I've been doing, my interests, and hey, this is what I did today. I'm a photographer and all that. And that's awesome. Your art is amazing, and kind of stroking my ego. I admit I'm a dog. I was going for the pretty one and not too smart maybe, but I'm been alone for so long, looked like it would have been fun.
Most of David's time and energy goes into his invention. He hasn't been on a date in 30 years, and the thought of building a relationship with Dominique was exciting. It was just hard for him to believe that she was actually attracted to him.
I told her, you're kidding me. There's no way that you could want to be with me, kind of thing. I couldn't believe it, she's a supermodel. So, and even a few of my friends, Dave, she's an 11 and you're a 4. I said, no, you're wrong. No. I'm a 3. So maybe within a week. Oh, I love you and all that. She's saying that, the experiences that she had and the men that she was, dating and that were all goofs, and maybe I am, lovable. Or whatever, I'm a good guy, no reason to scare him away. Maybe there is love at first sight. I don't know. Maybe I, got what it takes, to make him, fall that way. I am a good guy, crepes. I really do think I have a lot to offer somebody. I got the one image of her in her apartment. holding a sign up with the date on it. David Gibney, I love you. She really kind of latched on to the fact that, David is the beloved king. I was the king and she was the queen. And I was kind of like, well, okay. It's not the first time that's happened. She just fell out of the sky into my lap, like, okay, fine. And before you know it, well, I'm spending money on plane tickets. I'm going to the airport. She's not showing up. I went 3 times.
By this time, David was completely set on building his relationship with Dominique. If they were to meet in person, Dominique claimed that she would need help paying for all of the travel fees. Before any money was sent, David demanded a video chat.
I did get her on video chat for about, say, 1 minute. And she was dancing and, waving at me and stuff. And then it went off, like, a connection dropped. So, like, cripes, I even got her a new phone so that we could communicate.
The video chat didn't last as long as David wanted, but it was enough to confirm that she was real. This sparked his interest in Dominique even more. He wanted this relationship to work more than anything.
Well, she had to go to Denver to, health issues with mom. Okay, well, hopefully mom's okay, and the medications are expensive, and I just lost my mother. My parents died recently. I kind of felt bad for her, like, yeah, take care of mom. Do what you can for mom, Could be my mother-in-law, you know what I mean? For us to get together, I'm willing to pay for the transportation costs. And then, well, I need the taxi to the airport. I got to check a bag. I got to eat lunch. Okay, so can you send me another $200 to cover that? And, okay, well, I'm buying the plane ticket, or I'm sending her money so that she can buy a plane ticket. That was the other thing, too. I'll see you tomorrow. And it's like, well, hang on. I'm looking at the website. If you waited till Wednesday, you could, save $1,000. Or I could. Oh, no, I want to get on the plane today. $1,500 plane ticket one way. And, well, no problem. See you or Comox, fly to Comox, I'll pick you up.
David went to the airport the next day to pick up Dominique. He circled the airport several times in his car. Dominique was nowhere to be found. He called her phone several times and sent text messages after text messages and never received a message back. Dominique claimed she missed her flight and decided she would drive to David so they could meet in person for the first time.
With all of the money I gave her, well, she managed to somehow buy a car, yet she was broke. Okay, well, she's got a car. Sends me a picture of it. Yeah, it's a blue car, kind of like maybe a Mazda 3 or something, like a little import, little tiny car. Good on gas, blue, Okay, looks like you got a decent car, and that's it. I'm driving up to Vancouver Island. Then I get the call when she's in Oregon. Oh, I'm out of gas. Okay, well, here's a bit of money for gas. Somehow both of her front tires got, flat. They send a picture of some photograph of a vehicle with 2 front tires that are flat. Like, I don't get into the car planning to drive to Calgary on $20. You know what I mean? Like, who does that? So anyway, she's in Tawasin, waiting for me to send her money for the ferry. Okay, fine. Show me a photograph of you at the ferry terminal with a boat behind you, and you're waiting to get on it. Well, she could not do that. We wrestled with that all day. Like, come on, send me a picture. Where are you? Well, I think I'm in Delta. I think I'm in Tawasin. I'm lost. I don't know where I am. Okay, well, you're really close. Like, you're only a few hours away. No photograph? I'm not sending you any money. You got to send me a photograph. Well, don't you believe me? No, I don't. Well, that's just rotten. Like, I believe you. You should believe me, all that, Okay, well, send me a photograph of you at the airport in the waiting room. Well, it's a picture of a woman in a waiting room. There's nobody else to be seen. Not a single soul. But, I ran out of money. She's asking for money. I didn't have any more. Cripes. I went and pawned things and, really stuck my neck out for her. For nothing. That's all just gone. It's got to be like, 50 cards sent. Oh, man, I got a stack of cards, like, covers the coffee table. I've had friends, for example, that have told me, they'll go to the bar and they'll meet a woman. And, like, it takes maybe a day or something, but, like, she'll finally let them know, oh, I got $30,000 worth of credit card debt. Well, see you later. Like, I don't want to be paying you off and whatever. Like, you're just like a burden. Like, you're just like a high maintenance.
With just the travel fees alone, David has sent over $10,000 trying to get Dominique to meet him in person. This has put him into a lot of financial issues.
Business starting up right away, or should have been, this spring. I have a project that I've been working on since 2004. I've invested almost $400,000 in it. And I was ready to maybe share the good fortune with a nice lady. Even now, it's like, geez, I really wish we could have hooked up because, man, she would have been fun to be with. I've been without savings or income since June. As a matter of fact, I just signed up for income assistance or welfare yesterday. I had a really good plan, small business startup, major investment in time and money. Things were going to be awesome. And oh, how things fell apart, like from being really well positioned to become successful, etc., to eating out a garbage can.
David has been building the world's biggest mobile binoculars for the past 18 years. He has poured his life into this project, spending over $400,000 to nearly finish the project.
Before I met her, I would have been able to have dealt with the, final costs. Most of the last part of my inheritance went to Dominique.
With all the red flags, we knew we had to prove to him that this woman was a scammer. He had a photocopy of her passport and a photo of the back of her debit card. We ran multiple searches and we were even able to identify the real Dominique. We found her real Facebook and it turns out she actually does exist. Before we go further, here's a quick message from our sponsor. You can use most of the tools our Social Catfish team uses by visiting our website, socialcatfish.com. By picking up a membership for yourself, you can support our team and stay safe online. Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it. It was now time to sit down with David and go over what we had found. We're really excited to show you everything that Virginia and Brienne were able to dig into. I'm really intrigued by your invention. Can you tell me a little bit more about it?
My gosh, yes. It's been a project of mine since I was a young man. I built it, but my plan there didn't exactly go according to plan. Like there were quite a few delays, and I met Dominique. So things kind of went, from looking really good to being a major disaster. But anyway, it's just an interesting ride, I suppose. Almost there at the finish line. I spared no expense. It's all carbon fiber. World's largest binoculars. Long story short, kind of really changed things or, seriously affected my situation here.
Today, we're going to basically lay it all out to you. Virginia is ready to go. She's pulled a bunch of information, and I'll let her tell you what she found.
So starting off with the passport, we found that there were a couple inconsistencies within that passport. We noticed the font and Dominique's personal information on the passport is different than the others. And on her portrait photo, there's no hologram. It's been photoshopped.
The first piece of information a romance scammer will send you is a photo ID or a passport. If you receive one of these from anyone you're communicating with online, 10 times out of 10, they are lying about who they say they are. Scammers use photoshopped IDs and passports to bring legitimacy to who they are claiming to be. We were able to catch a lot of the Photoshop in the information that David sent us, like this photo of Dominique sent to him where she was holding a sign. Here is the original photo. The scammer mirrored the woman to put her head on the other side of the image. He then brought in a hand to hold up this piece of paper. Once that was in place, he photoshopped some words onto the paper, and then he or she then sent this photo to David.
We took a look at those car accident photos that were sent to you. So we did a reverse image search on our website, and each one of those photos came from Shutterstock.
Okay.
They downloaded those photos and then created this story and sent those photos to you. Moving on to the woman in the photos. Dominique was claiming to be this woman who looks like a fashion designer, right?
Yeah, fashion model.
Yeah.
Like a lot of salon photographs and spa. Like, my gosh, must be expensive.
We ran a reverse image search on this woman, and we were able to find who the real person was. And we found that Dominique was using an alias and stole a woman named Danielle's photos. So Danielle is a digital creator, and she's basically a online social media influencer. And she posts a lot of photos of herself in various different outfits and is a brand ambassador for clothing brands.
I see.
We also looked through her Instagram, and every single photo that she sent to you was on Danielle's Instagram.
Well, this is total misrepresentation then, right? Like, yeah, it's a big fraud.
So moving on to the next thing was the credit card. And Chris from our team, he was able to flip the credit card around to see if the name matched the signature. We mirrored the credit card using Photoshop to read the bottom of the credit card. There's some lettering there with a name. This name did match the signature there. We looked at this credit card and we weren't able to find any signs of Photoshop. Our search specialist took the name on the back of the card and ran a name search on our site. The name came back to a real person, but she looked nothing like the woman in the photos that were sent to David. We started to dig even further in on this woman named Dominique. After the search was completed, we found her Facebook. All of the information on the credit card matches all of the woman's information on her profile. What we think is the woman that owned this credit card had her information stolen by the same scammer who duped David. We reached out to Dominique, but she never replied.
We searched up her name on our website. Turns out that she resides in Colorado, which matches the information on her passport. So then we searched her name on Facebook, and turns out that there's a match of her Facebook profile that matches with her WhatsApp profile.
We do not think that Dominique has anything to do with this. We think that she is also a victim in this scam, and the person that scammed you stole Dominique's information and then stole Danielle's photos and paired them together. I would give this person the benefit of the doubt for sure. There's a lot of people that get scammed every single day. Identity theft is the #1 scam in America.
So I think the next step for you is to file a report with the IC3, and you can start by filing with your local police department.
No doubt. Yeah. And no problem. Like, I can do that. I can do that tomorrow. Demand, well, for them to serve and protect. Help me out with this. But the one question I would have is, okay, let's say we identify the schmuck. Well, what can I do about it? Like, then it's a civil matter, like, sue them or something.
So, David, there's entities like the EFCC that focus on recovering funds and cracking down on cyber crimes in different countries. There's recourse there, but it starts with you going and filing a police report.
Oh, I have no problem at all doing that. Like, yeah, I'll go there and insist that they take the information that I have, provide them with whatever information.
David went to the police station the next day to file a police report. We are now working with him to recover his funds. He blocked the scammer Dominique and has plans to move forward with this project. He is now taking a break from online dating. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Remember, all of our new videos go out every Wednesday, so please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, Seekers, we'll see you guys next time.